And how many young women have posters of men in their pictures in their bedrooms and in their rooms. And so we see the effect of singing on women in particular. Yazid ibn al-Walid, he used to say, Ya Bani Umayyah, he's giving advice to Bani Umayyah, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالْغِنَى فَإِنَّهُ يُذْهِبُ الْحَيَاءَ وَيَزِيدُ الشَّهْوَةَ وَيَهْدِمُ الْمُرُوءَةَ وَإِنَّهُ لَيُنُوبُ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَيَفْعَلُ مَا يَفْعَلُهُ السُّكْرُ فَإِن كُنتُمْ لَا بُدَّ فَاعِلِينَ فَجَنِّبُوهُ النِّسَاءَ فَإِنَّ الْغِنَى أَدَاعِيَةُ الزِّنَى. So he's saying, O Bani Umayyah, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالْغِنَى, stay away from singing, because it will take the modesty, the shyness away from people, and it will increase the desires of the lusts of people. وَيَهْدِمُ الْمُرُوءَةِ, will take away like the manlyhood of people. وَإِنَّهُ لَيُنُوبُ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ, like it can take the place of khamr, of alcohol, meaning it can cause this kind of intoxication in the mind. وَيَفْعَلُ مَا يَفْعَلُهُ السُّكْرُ, and it can do what alcohol can do to people. فَإِن كُنتُمْ لَا بُدَّ فَاعِلِينَ, if you're really going to do it, there's no other way, فَجَنِّبُوهُ النِّسَاء, then keep it away from women. At least go and do not let the women hear this. فَإِنَّ الْغِنَى أَدَاعِيَةُ الزِّنَى, singing, this is one of the callers to fornication. Also the Khalifa Sulaiman ibn Abdul Malik, he heard someone singing. So he was upset. He heard someone singing at night. So in the morning he had the person or these singers gathered and they brought them to him. So he tells them, إِنَّ الْفَرَسَ لَيَصْحَلْ فَتَسْتَوْدِقُ لَهُ الرَّمَكَ. That, meaning that when the male horse makes his sound, the female horse prepares to mate. وَإِنَّ الْفَحْلَ لَيَهْدِرْ فَتَطْبَعُ لَهُ النَّاقَةِ. And the camel also, he makes the sound and the she-camel gets ready for him. وَإِنَّ التَّيْسَ لَيَنِبْ فَتَسْتَحْرِمُ لَهُ الْعَنْزِ. And the same thing also with the sheep or the goat. The male goat makes the sound and the female also gets prepared for him. وَإِنَّ الرَّجُلُ لَيَتَغَنَّى فَتَشْتَاقُ لَهُ الْمَرْأَةِ. And the man would sing and then the woman would long for him. And then he ordered them to be taken away from the area. But he actually first ordered them to be punished most severely. And Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the scholar, was there and he told them that is not like a prescribed punishment. So he had them only sent away to another area. This is the effect that male singers can have on the women. He had a very nice voice and he would recite poetry in a very nice rhythmic and melodious way. And this would also help the camels as they would travel. And it would make for the camels, it would make them easier for them, this beat, this rhythm that they would walk to. The Prophet ﷺ told Anjasha just to begin to make these, like this singing or this recitation. And it was a very nice voice. And then the Prophet ﷺ feared for the women at the end of the caravan. So he said, Ya Anjasha, ruwaydaka ya Anjasha, rifqan bil qawarir. He said, Ya Anjasha, it's time to stop. It's enough now, out of fear for al-qawarir, which are glass bottles. But he likened the women to that because they're delicate. So why did the Prophet ﷺ stop him? Because it would have a bad effect on the hearts of women when they hear this man with the beautiful voice. Because it affects people like that. Also there was a man, his name was Ma'mar ibn al-Muthanna. He narrates about the poet Al-Hutay'a, his name was. And he was traveling with his daughters and he came near to a people from Bani Kalb, the tribe of Bani Kalb. So they feared that he would dislike something he sees from them and he might attack them with his poetry. So this man Al-Hutay'a, he was known for attacking people with his words and his poetry. And if he attacked you, it became popular and it was kind of recorded against you. And he was so famous for this that one day he found nobody to attack. He attacked his own mother in his poetry. And it gets worse than that. One day he really wanted to attack somebody. He couldn't find anybody. So he looked in the mirror and saw the reflection of his face and started to write poetry cursing his own face. So you can imagine now why they were so afraid of this man. So they came to him and they said, tell us what you like so we can do it, and what you hate so we can stay away from it. We don't want to make you upset. So this man, he said to them, Do not لا تأتوني كثيرا فتملوني. And so do not visit me too much, you get bored of me. ولا تسمعوني أغاني شبيباتكم فإن الغنى رقية الزنا. He said, do not let me hear the songs of your young men and women, because singing is one of the facilitators to zina. And what he meant was, I have my daughter with me on this trip, and I would not like her to hear that. And I'm not going to read you the examples of lyrics from contemporary music today, or from hip-hop or rap, whatever they call you. The reason I'm not going to do that is I'm too ashamed to do that. Because they really talk about extremely filthy things, and bad words left and right. And even if there were no sisters in the room, I would be too ashamed to recite to you some of the lyrics that are being said in today's music. But the people know, a lot of people are very familiar with the explicit type of music and the themes that they're talking about. And as we mentioned, they're never righteous things. It's always the worst of behavior that they're calling you to.